I didn't make a video yesterday, y'all, and I'm sorry. That is my bad right there. Look, and I tried to wheel it up onto the YouTubes. Wouldn't happen. Never even showed up there, and you could tell by the way that it was because it never was there. And I checked, and it never did go. So wheeling it didn't work, and I did wake up with good intentions, and a bad hangover is what happened to me. Look, I had to go to a wedding reception on Monday night. My brother-in-law decided he's going to get married on a Monday for some dumb reason. So that's what he did. And then he said, y'all come celebrate. So we went and celebrated. And the thing is he's a professional celebrator is what he is. He's the best at celebrating. He can celebrate things that don't need celebrated. He just invents things to celebrate all the time. So whenever something's really deserving of celebrating, it gets out of control with a quickness is what happens. And well, that did too. Okay. That did too. And he likes for me to drink with him whenever he's drinking, you know. And the thing is, he's a real thoughtful feller about the way he does it. And if he needs a new one, then I do too. Even if I still have one, he brings me another one. So I spend half the time double fisting. And he knows my rule too about that because we was drinking on some Bud Lights. No, it does not make your wiener fall off. It don't do it. No, I've been testing on it for a long time. Ever since those MAGA idiots were saying it, I kept testing on it, checking. Still there. Every single time it's still there. And if it was going to do it, Monday night would have been the night that it did it. It would have definitely been gone. And I got up the next morning and looked, still right there. Every dang bit of it. So I called him up and he checked too. He said, still there. So I think we're good now for sure. But anyway, he knows my rule on this stuff, and I can't stand for my beer to get hot, not even warm. It gets foamy, you know. I'll gag on that thing, you know. Don't take that out of context. So anyway, he knows that, so he's got to just bring me a new one there, and I'm holding that one out there that's cold initially, but I hadn't opened it yet. It's going to not be cold very soon. So then I have to quickly get rid of the one that was in my other hand. He knows that, you know. So he's taking advantage of my weaknesses is what he's doing. But anyway, y'all, I was hungover yesterday. What happened to me? Oh, and if you want to support my channel, CashApp, Venmo in the video description, also in the YouTube profile there. So I appreciate that, y'all. But anyway, so and there ain't a whole lot going on. Krasnov still trying to dictate her up, you know. I've been watching him do that. Look, hey, Team Taco, you fake-ass patriots, I know that you want us to believe that they're just there to clean up the DCs, you know, clean up the crime and stuff. Here's the problem that you got on your hands. We're not stupid. That's the problem that y'all got. Just because you're stupid, you think no, it ain't like that. We're not at all. So we know why he's in DC. And it's for you. It's to make you feel all warm and tingly inside because he's going over there with his militaries. He's playing army man and going into Democrat cities and trying to cause trouble. And you like that for now. For now you do. But when things get sideways, you ain't going to like it very much. I promise you won't. But anyway, so the problem that you got going on there is he's screwing Washington, D.C. over. The economy's suffering from it. Now, I know he got up on the TVs and said that, man, that the people, it's booming. He made up this story about having a friend. Said it was actually a Democrat. And that's how you know it was a lie because there ain't no Democrats friending up with Donald F. and Trump. So anyway, him and his wife was able to go out to dinner. Oh, my God, they went out to dinner. And the restaurant industry's booming. You can tell that that's a lie because it came out of his big orange bloated mouth right there. And the truth is the restaurant industry has suffered 25% revenue losses since this all started there in Washington, D.C. All of their businesses are suffering across the board in Washington, D.C. But I know you fake-ass patriots like it there because, you know, it's owning the libs. You're causing problems for a blue city, so therefore it's all worthwhile. I know what it is. That's because you're a bunch of effing traitors. But, and we will deal with you later. But anyway, so we know what that's all about. Now, still deflecting on to Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Now, that Pam Blondie, she was supposed to turn that stuff in there on Tuesday. Didn't do it. She said she would turn it. She would turn it all over to him on Friday. That is going to be the most redacted bunch of BS anybody's ever saw there. Okay, Team Taco, I'm just going to let you know there's going to be black lines drawn all over everything on there. And you know why? Because it's so riddled with Republicans. There's no way they could release that to the Republic. And you can tell, see, because There's a reason, I'll bet you, why they have a $17 million taxpayer-funded slush fund for the Republican Congress. That should raise red flags for you right there, but you don't want to know about that either, do you? The Democrats don't have themselves a multi-million-dollar slush fund, but your Republicans do, for some reason, huh? Well, anyway, Bill Barr there went and testified. Now, I was wrong about that. I said that Bill Barr, he would use executive privilege. I underestimate him. It made sense to me why he was the first one to rush out there and say, I'll go ahead and testify. You know why? Because he's a big effing liar. He's got a lot to lose. And the more this goes on, the more I'm connecting up on some dots, and I think Bill Barr might be all over that crap too. See, word on the street is, allegedly, Bill Barr was the last person to see Jeffrey Epstein alive. So it might be beneficial for him to get up there in front of Congress and lie, just like he did for the Robert Mueller probe. Just go out there and lie on behalf of Donald F. and Trump, right? Because he did it then, why wouldn't he do it now? It does make perfect sense that he would rush out there to Congress to get his voice heard out there to say, no, Donald Trump ain't on there. Donald Trump ain't on there. We know that's an effing lie. Donald Trump's all over it. Otherwise, he wouldn't have instructed his FBI to remove his name from it. So that's what we're going to get on Friday, a heavily redacted list of people like Donald Trump and potentially even Bill Barr. Bill Barr knows a whole lot more than he's pretending to, or he wouldn't have rushed out there because he could have just used his executive privilege. No, he wanted to be heard. He wanted you, Team Taco, you fake-ass patriots, to receive his message loud and clear. Now, you're good at receiving BS because another BS message that you're able to receive, you can't listen to common sense for some reason, but whenever your daddy Vladdy, your other daddy, whenever he tells you something, you cling to every word as if it's the gospel itself, don't you? That's pathetic. Did you know that you're a bunch of Russian sympathizing bootlickers? Did you know that? Here's the problem. Just because Vladimir Putin says this war wouldn't have happened if Donald Trump was president in 2022, what that means is he would have steamrolled over Donald F. and Trump. He would have got everything he wanted with no resistance whatsoever. That's what he meant by it. But see, you're so brainwashed by Russian propaganda, you wouldn't know the difference. You people didn't used to be like that. I want you to understand that. If you could just think for a minute, you would say, wait a minute, I wasn't a Russian bootlicking pussy until Donald F. and Trump come along. And then that might raise some red flags for you. But that's exactly what you are now. And here's the deal. You have already lost the war to Vladimir Putin, okay? Vladimir Putin has defeated MAGA. There wouldn't be a MAGA without defeat. Vladimir Putin defeated a third of this country with Russian propaganda, and you fell victim to it. You lost already. You already lost. So when y'all go out there talking civil war and stuff, we laugh at you. You're so weak and pathetic. There ain't nothing, not a damn thing you're going to be able to do. You've already lost one war, all right? And that's the reason you are the way you are, all right? So anyway, y'all, he's still federalizing up. He still thinks he's going to go to the Chicagos and to the Baltimores and all that stuff. That's going to go a whole lot more different, a whole lot more sideways. As a matter of fact, people in D.C. said they've about had enough. All right there, you fake-ass patriots? Inmate Trump.